I think the BRI has been driven by a range of different factors: diplomatic, security, financial, geopolitics. There's no actually official verifications about what is actually behind what are the motivations behind the initiative. And I think even within China, among the Chinese scholars, their views are also divided. And is this a geo-economic or geopolitical strategy or pure economic initiative? I think it's still a question a lot of people want to ask and need further clarification from Chinese government. For the road, I think it's very much related to China's maritime interest. Economic interest, which is focused on developing blue economy, is definitely one of the main drivers. But the road is more than just economic interest. And at least from what we have seen from the outcomes and effects of the projects, it is also related to naval power, related to maritime security, secure sea lanes of communications, energy security, and it's also about gaining international influence, gaining the power to shape the international discourse. For the Maritime Silk Road, the road mainly covers the South China Sea and Indian Ocean region. And I think in these two different regions have their different concerns. In South China Sea particularly, they have the concerns how much China's increasing footprints and economic influence affect the territorial disputes and also the unity of ASEAN. And one of the examples we can see and being repeatedly brought up by the ASEAN countries is that they have been failed to pass the joint communique on South China Sea issues at the ASEAN. And in Indian Ocean region, I think the main concern is about the strategic influence that China might bring into the region as a newcomer. India has particular concern about the seaport investment China has been doing, and whether China gonna use it as only for commercial purpose or dual use, also for military use. Djibouti is the first naval base China have in the foreign land. And China's investment in Pakistan's Gwadar port is really concerned India. But as so far, we didn't see evidence that China has been or want to develop it into a military base. But what we can see is that India has started invested in Iran's Chabahar port, which is only 70 kilometers away from the Gwadar port in Pakistan. It seems like a competition there. So China has described the Djibouti base as a logistical base. So it's mainly for anti-piracy and disaster relief purpose. But it has been largely been perceived by other countries as a naval base. And I don't think it's something really surprising that if China have a naval base there, because you can see US, Japan, France, Italy already have their naval bases there. And but this has become really concerned India a lot, since this is the first overseas military base for China. Will there be a second one? Will that be Gwadar port, and which is really close to India? And that's why India has been reacting really strongly about it. I think US has been not really looking into the BRI for a while until recently, and I think one of the clear message has been sent by the US was last year. The US President Pence had a speech on China's strategy, and he mentioned about, and also Trump has just signed the BUILD Act to provide a financially sounded alternative to BRI. And that is a clear message the US is sending for countering China's approach. One of the approach maybe is the re-emergence of the quadrilateral security dialogue, and that contains 4 countries, India, Japan, US, and Australia. And the main discussions inside the dialogue is about maritime security, sea lanes of communication, freedom of navigation, and rule-based orders. I think it is clear that the re-emergence of the Quad is a react to China's increasing assertiveness in the Indian Ocean region. The BRI it says it's a Euro-Asia initiative and was connected in between Europe and Asia, and it's also affect the European countries. I mean, European companies will need to use the sea roads to ship their products, and that's really important for the European countries as well. And the European countries has also their investments in the countries, in the regional countries in the Indian Ocean region and South China Sea region.